Welcome to week 5. I am finishing up my road trip around the country, so we got scenery still. This is crazy. I'm staying at a place in Norman, Oklahoma that's owned by the U.S. Postal Service. So, here's the pool. There's a whole gymnasium inside, and I don't know. Never been to another hotel like it. But anyway, all right, so regarding what happened on the discussion board last week, in general, probably one of the more interesting discussions is how is Judaism different from Christianity? And a lot of you hit on it regarding, obviously, Jesus would be the central figure in that. I guess related to the question of why was he such a polarizing figure in his lifetime, he claimed to be God, right? And you can't claim to be God and not be a polarizing figure, right? And that's obviously the main way that Jews and Christians differ regarding beliefs. But one thing that's important to recognize about Judaism, and this has always been true, but it's, I think, especially true now, is that Judaism is very much a practice-based religion, more so than Christianity. Christianity is a belief-based religion. What's most important is what you believe. With Judaism, this is why there is a sect of Judaism that is atheist, right? That how could you even consider yourself to be Jewish religiously an atheist? But it's because they practice Jewish customs, right? So there have been a lot of different seasons of Judaism. Obviously, the season where they are wandering through the wilderness is different than the season where they are sacrificing things in a temple. It's different than a season right after the temple was destroyed, and all the different seasons, right? If you're looking through the lens of the New Testament as far as how to understand Judaism today, the New Testament talks about different strands of Judaism, like the Essenes and the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the Zealots. The Pharisees are Judaism after the temple was destroyed in AD 70. The Pharisees are the ones who basically took over Judaism. And so the Judaism we see today comes to us through the Pharisees, if that helps for anyone familiar with the Bible. Okay. Other things that were interesting on the discussion board, I guess I didn't write down names of who wrote what, but let's see. And this is my girl, and she's swimming too. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Okay, I got to keep talking though. I wrote down one other thing, and I need to figure out where. Sorry, just a second. It was about the Pope's power after Rome fell. Is that a good thing or not? And that's also a very interesting and complicated question. You could think in a sense of the Catholic Church as being almost like modern day Rome, because a lot of the wealth of Rome basically became part of the Catholic Church in a sense. That's part of how they got so much power. But it's good and bad, right? The Crusades are notoriously bad, but also it was through the Catholic Church, or really it was just the church at that time, that they didn't really become known as Catholic as opposed to other versions until the Great Schism created the Orthodox Church, and then the Reformation created the Protestant Church. But the church in general is how we got schools. There basically were no major schools and universities until the church created them in the West. And also, pretty much worldwide, I think this is true, that it's through the church that we got hospitals. There was no such thing as a hospital until it was created by the church. So there are good things that came from the Middle Ages and through the church. It's just a mixed history, obviously. And as with almost any religion, people will be people, and power corrupts and all that stuff. So, all right. Well, anyway, we are into the last week now. So we're going to talk about Islam and then a smattering of other religions. Because we got the final this week, I'm only going to require you to do one quiz and one discussion and then get that final done. And I will make sure to finish grading all your midterms by the end of Monday is the plan. So if I haven't done that, you might want to wait to see how I grade that first one for advice for how to do the final. But let's finish strong.